Good day, everyone. I know it's been a little while, but I'm back. And here to talk about a Dakota Ridge team from the past. Now, I'm showing you from left to right Dakota Ridge assistant baseball coach Shane Fujita, former Dakota Ridge assistant baseball coach Jerry Valerio, former Dakota Ridge pitcher Steven Wilson, signing his letter of intent with Santa Clara. Steven, of course, now a major league pitcher with the San Diego Padres, and Dakota Ridge head coach Jeff Legault. And this was back before the 2012 season, in which Dakota Ridge was able to qualify for the state tournament thanks in no small part to Steven's pitching. Of course, Nick Silva, another pitcher, big part of that team that couldn't quite win league but was able to qualify for the 8-team state tournament using a 7th-inning comeback in the district championship game. And although Steven wasn't a part of it, the team I'm remembering the most here is the 2013 team. And for that, I bring in this photo of two fine players from that team. On the left, A.J. Valerio, and on the right, Jake Ekman. Ekman, a fine hitting outfielder, and Valerio, a terrific pitcher. And 2013 was a season where Dakota wasn't expected to do much. Well, in fact, the previous summer, Dakota was 7-25, more or less, just very rough on the field. Nobody expected anything, certainly not coaches, nobody. But during league play, and I realized it was an unusual weather season, many games got postponed and backlogged and whatnot because there were blizzards seemingly every week. Still, Dakota found a gear and won league in 2013, despite, like I said, very bad record the year before, and no expectations, but they did the job and they won league. And I go back to the coaches. Shane Fujita called it the miracle on Coal Mine Avenue. And right after they won league, I asked Jerry Valerio about expectations. He said, "We've done everything we've wanted to do and then some. Everything else from here is just gravy." And at that point in time, Coach Jeff Legault said it was the best team he'd been around. And what I found very refreshing about this team, why this is one of my all-time favorite teams, even though this was a long time after I graduated, they didn't make excuses. They just played the game, did their job. I hear people complain about those who talk trash. What are they supposed to say? They're not going to win? My thought is, don't say anything. Just do the job. Do the job, let the work do the talking, which is what these guys, including these two players, A.J. Valerio and Jake Ekman, did. I'll never forget at the banquet that year, Coach Legault talking about A.J.'s quiet leadership, how he let his arm do the talking when he was pitching, and I thought that is so refreshing. How I wish there were more of that years ago. How I wish there were more of that today. But players who did their jobs, and look what happened. The Dakota Ridge baseball team in 2013 won league and got to the district championship game where they took on a mighty talented Mountain Vista team, a yearly state contender. And that's where they ran out of gas, fell short, losing an 8-6 game in the 7th inning on May 11th, 2013, but still an amazing run to an amazing league title. And here it is, 10 years later. I still have very fond memories of the 2013 Dakota Ridge baseball team, the league champ, and a group I still use as an example of doing the job the right way. And speaking of doing the job the right way, as I look for my only prop here, this basketball. I don't really have any Nuggets memorabilia, but I do have this basketball as another team that showed what it's like to do the job the right way, the Denver Nuggets, who are NBA champions. I know I live in Denver. I know this sounds biased. But I think about what the Nuggets have overcome. Nikola Jokic, a second-round draft pick. Nothing was really expected of him when he first joined the league, and he had some growing pains, but he got in better shape, became, certainly for my money, the best player in the NBA today, and one of the most humble athletes in sports, period. Always gives credit to his teammates. And what's the first thing he did after the Nuggets won the clinching game last night? Went and shook hands with their opponents, the Miami Heat. How many people would do that right after winning? Not many. And then Jamal Murray missing a year and a half with the torn ACL. I think most players would have taken their money and said, career's over, I've got money, I'll just do other things. Jamal didn't do that. He's become one of the best players in the NBA and does it the right way. Gets his teammates involved like Jokic does. Fine guy. There's Michael Porter Jr., who's had a couple of back surgeries. Had a hard time shooting throughout the finals. I know most of this is not news, just expressing my thoughts. But still, Porter finding a way to contribute, getting 13 rebounds in the clinching game last night. Another one who gets his teammates involved. And guys like Bruce Brown and rookie Christian Brown, who at least I didn't know what to expect of them. Christian Brown, a rookie. Bruce Brown, who's played with a couple of different teams. But they put their best games together in the playoffs and in the finals. Showed they could be great players. I mean, and the list goes on and on. Aaron Gordon, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP as he's affectionately known, like Michael Porter Jr., MPJ. A group that just did their job, like the 2013 Dakota Ridge baseball team I just mentioned. Did their job, they didn't talk smack. And in a time where it's been tough for me to be an NBA fan, with players seeking the money and superstars hooking up with superstars, creating super teams, and I think players at times being more concerned about their own stats. These Nuggets sure weren't concerned about any of that. And what do they have to show for it? They have an NBA title. And I can't forget about my favorite coach in the NBA right now, Michael Malone. And he's been through tough times himself, getting fired after a very short stint in Sacramento, never really got a chance to prove himself. Nuggets took a chance on him. He's rewarded them quite handsomely. So the Nuggets, an unselfish group, overcame adversity. They're NBA champs 2013, and I'll throw in 2012 Dakota Ridge baseball. Unselfish groups overcame adversity. Look what they got. 2012 trip to the state tournament. 2013 a league title that I still remember very fondly a decade later. So there's my thoughts for the day. And I'll be back here down the road. In the meantime, take care, everyone. Talk to you soon.